Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to our fall program and induction ceremony. I'm going to wait for Clay to fix the echo. It's all right. Of the Honor Society, which had to pass through several years of growth before it became an official chapter of Sigma. In 2000, it was the original chapter at large, shared by both JMU and EMU's nursing departments, was accepted by Sigma Theta Tau as an official chapter. In 2015, when JMU became a school of nursing, the Pi Mu chapter leadership moved entirely to EMU. And now JMU has its own chapter, so we each hold our own Honor Society chapter. As a small private liberal arts university, it is significant that we have our own chapter. We're especially happy to have a chapter because it connects us to the global community of nursing. In partnership with nurses around the world, the Pi Mu chapter and Sigma work together to celebrate nursing scholarship and leadership and the advancement of the profession. We're really glad that you're here with us tonight to celebrate the induction of nursing student leaders into the chapter and the Honor Society. Tonight, I'm delighted to introduce our program speaker, Dr. Kate Clark. Dr. Clark is an assistant professor of nursing and graduated from the EMU BSN program in 2007. In 2011, she earned an MSN in Community and Public Health Leadership, and in 2018, a Doctor of Nursing Practice from the University of Virginia. Dr. Clark is a board-certified advanced public health nurse, and her scholarship areas include immigrant and refugee health, as well as healthcare navigation experiences of non-English speaking patient populations. She's been teaching at EMU since 2011, and in addition to her faculty role, she currently serves in a university leadership role as co-president of the Faculty Senate. In my experiences working with Dr. Clark, I know her to be an outstanding leader who is wise, thoughtful, and diplomatic. She's a strong advocate for justice and the common good in her personal, community, and professional life. Dr. Clark, thank you for sharing your perspectives this evening on the theme of emerging leaders.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Yoder. I was sitting here remembering when I was an EMU nursing student getting inducted into Pi Mu, and I cannot even remember who the speaker was when I was there, nor what they had to say. So I don't know what that says about what I'm about to say, but hopefully maybe you'll be better listeners than I was. Good evening, friends, faculty, families, and most importantly, our newest inductees into the Pi Mu Nursing Honor Society. It is a privilege to stand here with you today as we celebrate a milestone that represents not only your academic excellence, but also your personal dedication, resilience, and a deep sense of purpose. This ceremony is a reminder that nursing is more than a career, it's a calling. And today marks your formal recognition as emerging leaders within that calling. As we gather to honor your hard work, I want to talk about a type of leadership that I believe has always been at the heart of EMU nursing, but is especially needed within our systems and our world today: servant leadership. And I've been thinking a lot about servant leadership in my role as Faculty Senate co-president and interacting with leaders both at this institution and larger institutions throughout the state. When we imagine a leader, we often picture someone out front, directing, deciding, guiding. In nursing, we often talk about leadership in terms of skills like delegation, communication, and critical thinking. All of those matter a lot, but servant leadership is much more than that. A servant leader asks questions like, how can I support you? What barriers can I remove? How can I help you succeed? It's a leadership style rooted in empathy, humility, and service, and it inspires not by authority, but by example. This is the kind of leadership I think nurses practice every day, quietly, consistently, and sometimes without recognition. Servant leadership is the belief that true leaders serve first. They listen before they speak, they lift others up rather than standing above them, and they use their influence to advocate for the people and communities who might otherwise go unheard. And when you think about it, that's the very foundation of nursing. Nurses are the ones who step into the room and see the whole person, not just the diagnosis. Nurses are the ones who listen to the stories behind the symptoms, who translate fear into understanding, and who stand at the intersection of compassion and science. We enter this profession because we care, not selectively, not conditionally, but fully. Nurses care for everyone, no matter their background, their values, their beliefs, or the circumstances that brought them to us. At the bedside, in the clinic, in the community, nurses hold space for people at their most vulnerable moments, and that is sacred work. That inclusiveness, that unconditional care, is the essence of servant leadership. And right now, I believe our healthcare landscape needs servant leaders more than ever. We are living through a time of profound strain on the healthcare system. Limited access to care, long wait times, rising costs, and fragmented services are creating real and painful barriers for many patients. The people most affected are often those who are already facing hardship, marginalized and underserved populations who struggle to find care that's not only available, but equitable and compassionate. These challenges are not theoretical. They have already shown up in many of your clinical rotations, and they will continue to show up in your shifts. They will appear in the faces of the patients who come to you unsure, unheard, and unseen. Nurses have the unique ability to bridge these gaps. We recognize the social factors that shape a patient's health. We notice when something doesn't add up, when someone can't afford their medication, or when transportation is a barrier, or when stigma or fear keep patients from seeking care. Servant leadership calls on us to do more than just observe these barriers. It calls on us to dismantle them. One of the ways that we can dismantle these types of barriers is by cultivating strong, resilient, and collaborative teams. In an increasingly complex healthcare environment that's fast-paced, technologically advanced, and often short-staffed, effective teamwork is not a luxury, it's essential. Servant leaders create environments where team members feel respected and empowered. They ensure everyone's voice is heard, from the newest student nurse to the most experienced clinician. They foster communication grounded in trust rather than hierarchy, and they understand that excellent care arises not from individual heroism, but from clear communication and mutual respect. Your leadership will matter in moments big and small, whether you're coordinating a care plan, supporting a colleague through burnout, handling a crisis, or advocating for resources your patients desperately need. Leadership will show up in how you speak up, how you listen, how you mentor, and even how you model calmness in the midst of chaos. And I have learned those things significantly in the last few years. That brings us to today, to your induction into Pi Mu. This honor acknowledges your academic achievements and your promise as future leaders. But more importantly, it's a reminder that nursing really needs leaders just like you. Compassionate leaders, curious leaders, courageous leaders, leaders who are willing to serve first and lead second. So as you step forward into your careers, I encourage you to hold tightly to the principles of servant leadership. Lead with empathy, advocate with integrity, support your teams with humility, and always, always put people at the center of your practice. You will encounter days that challenge you emotionally, physically, and perhaps even morally. You'll experience moments when you feel stretched thin or unsure, but those are the very moments when servant leadership becomes most powerful because it grounds you in your purpose to care, to uplift, and to serve. As you become part of the PIMU Nursing Honor Society, know that you are joining a community of nurses committed to excellence and to humanity. A community that believes leadership is not defined by a title, but by care and compassion. Congratulations to each of you. You have earned this recognition, and we cannot wait to see the impact that you will make. Welcome to PIMU, and welcome to the next chapter of your nursing journey. Thank you.
And we come now to that time when we get to induct you new members into the PIMU chapter. For those who don't know, I'm Dr. Don Tyson, Professor Emeritus here in nursing here at EMU and the Honor Society Induction Counselor. Speaking for the entire EMU nursing faculty, we look forward to welcoming each student leader into PIMU. In reality, tonight's ceremony is just one of 3 times when we get to truly honor the accomplishments of nursing students. This coincides with the white coat celebration at the beginning of what we call level 1, as well as tonight in the middle of the program, and then again at graduation. And there may be another celebration in the future for one of you or many of you, and that might be being up here as a speaker or a member of the nursing faculty who's also on the PIMU board. Or you may get to take care of one of us when we're sick. For more than 90 years, Sigma has been recognizing and celebrating excellence in scholarship, leadership, and service within nursing. The PIMU chapter, as you already heard, has been around and influencing nursing care for the last 25 years. Sigma, formerly called Sigma Theta Tau International, was founded in 1922 by 6 nursing students. And tonight there's 7 of you being inducted, along with 6 others who couldn't make it tonight. And so maybe that is an impetus for you to even do something big as a student. And you're already doing that. From those 6 founding members, the organization has grown to over 135,000 members in 600 chapters in over 100 countries. And I was at their biannual convention just last week, and I got to see the representation of some of those 100 countries, and it was pretty impressive. Sigma also collaborates with many other professional health-related organizations with the goal of improving the health of the world's people. This offers members the opportunities to extend their influence beyond their own community. So we're excited to welcome you as new inductees into this diverse and global membership. By agreeing to join PIMU, you become colleagues with a distinguished group of nurses, students, and professionals who've met or exceeded the rigorous standards required for such an invitation to join. The Sigma founders chose the Greek letters Sigma Theta Tau for naming their organization. And these letters translate to love, courage, and honor, as they believed these 3 to be the enduring values at the root of the nursing profession. Dr. Liz Westcott, who's the newly inducted Sigma president, extended these values by calling members at her induction speech last week by using the theme of leading together, coincidental to Kate's decision. And you didn't know that, did you, Kate? So currently, she's a visiting professor in the Faculty of Health Science and Technology at Oxford University in Oxford, England. And she states this: the concept of lead together invites every nurse in every role, in every local region to shape the future of healthcare. When we lead together, we elevate our voice to advocate for the issues that matter most. We advance our value as trusted clinical experts, educators, researchers, and innovators. And we expand our impact, improving health outcomes and advancing equity across diverse global communities. And I'd like to show a brief video of what her idea of leading together should look like, if the AB works.
Lead, dirigir, man,
magkakasama,
together,
দিব জুড়ি আমাদের কণ্ঠস্বর,
স্মৃত কথা আমাদের মূল্যবান।
Nuestro valor.
Mayroon ba ito pagsama?
ating kabuluhan,
Sa iyo na.
mamuno ng sama-sama,
Juntos lideramos.
Ito po sa kultura.
lead together.
Juntos lideramos.
Together.
I thought that value really well reflects the values here at EMU. That's why I wanted to show it. So each of you will experience your membership in your own way. In fact, Sigma membership is an experience that yours is to design, and I hope that you'll take use of some of the opportunities that are offered to you. This might include continuing education resources when you need to renew your license in the future, access to research grants, connection with special interest groups and other mentors, and also the access to a number of professional publications. In reality, as I mentioned, the values of Sigma well meet with the values at EMU. There you go. And as you can see on this little pictorial, you can see how I've tried to integrate the values of Sigma with the Sacred Covenant model that we have here at EMU. So your induction tonight is not the end of your scholarly achievements, rather it's the beginning of your scholarly achievements. And we hope that you will also become involved with the Pi Mu chapter. So at this time, we will now receive these new members into Pi Mu. So I'd invite you to, those being inducted, I invite you to stand and repeat after me. I accept membership into Sigma Theta Tau International. And I commit to fulfill its values of nursing excellence, knowledge, service, and leadership throughout my career. Thank you. You may be seated. And now, in a moment, we're going to be calling each new member up by name, and you'll get your certificate and your honor cords, and yeah. We used to have a logbook. We don't have that anymore. So that in order that each inductee's name can be heard, we ask the audience to please hold their applause. And so, first, there we go. So, Leah Beachy. Leah is a nursing major from Grants Pass, Oregon. She played soccer here at EMU, has enjoyed exploring the valley for these last 4 years, and after graduation, she plans to stay in the area for a few years and work in a high acuity setting, to be determined. Next is Madison Bauer, who can't be here tonight, but she's a senior nursing student. She's the vice president of the Nursing Student Association. And after graduation, she plans to ultimately become a nurse practitioner. She's always had a passion for working with children in pediatric oncology, and her goal is to make a meaningful experience in the lives of young patients and their families. Jessica Bruce is not here tonight because she lives in Pennsylvania, and she's one of our masters in nursing students. She's a certified school nurse in an elementary school in Philadelphia. She says, "I truly feel that I found my dream job supporting students' health and wellness each day." Jessica is an active member of her county, state, and national school nursing associations, and she plans to pursue leadership positions within these organizations after completing her MSN. And outside of school, Jessica and her family love spending time outdoors in the mountains and at the beach. And Jessica may be joining us by video. I'll find out later. Odessa Alisi. She's in her final year of nursing at EMU. In her free time, she likes spending time outdoors with close friends and planning and organizing the upcoming weeks. She always has loved caring for her younger cousins and hopes to continue this passion by working in a pediatric unit in the future. Next is Jazzy Knight, who also couldn't be here tonight. She spends most of her time with her daughter and husband, and when she's not with them, she's working on the stem cell transplant unit at UVA. After completing nursing school, Jazzy hopes to continue her education in healthcare administration with a focus on serving the oncology and hospice populations. Casey Randall is also an MSN student who had hoped to be here tonight, but some work responsibilities came up at the last minute. She's an avid reader, and her husband fulfilled her Bell dreams and built her a library. She's a Disney girly and a running girly, and has combined her love of both through Run Disney races. That's interesting. She ran her first marathon this year and is training for a second one in January. She also enjoys baking and going to the movies, and again, she is completing her master's in nursing leadership here at EMU. Gabriella Seal was supposed to come, and then some other family responsibilities took her away. She's a nursing student with a passion for caring for women and families. Gabriella hopes to begin her career in labor and delivery at UVA. Her journey into nursing has been shaped by her own experiences as a mother to her son Benjamin and the steadfast support of her sweet husband Ryan. Gabriella says, "I am deeply grateful for the relationship with God, which guides my purpose and strengthens me through every season. I'm excited to continue growing in my calling to support mothers and babies during some of the most meaningful moments of their lives." And Marianne Short. Marianne is co-president of EMU's Y Serve Club and has been on its leadership team since sophomore year. She also serves as a peer tutor in the Academic Success Center, and during the summer she works as a CNA at an assisted living and memory care facility in Ohio. After graduation, she plans to stay in the area and work at either Centera or Augusta Health. Elijah Spiker. Elijah currently serves as the president of the Nursing Student Association. He couldn't be here this evening, unfortunately. He also works as a nursing tutor at Blue Ridge Community College. After graduation, Elijah plans to begin graduate school to pursue advanced practice while working as a psychiatric nurse. April Stafford. April currently works as a patient care technician at Centera RMH. In her free time, she volunteers as an EMT for Bridgewater Rescue Squad, and she would like to work in cardiovascular intensive care upon completion of her BSN here at EMU. Joshua Stuckey. He's from Princeton, New Jersey, and enjoys all things outdoors and music. Joshua's been on the leadership for various EMU clubs, including Bike Club, Earthkeepers, Celebration, and the newly created Seeds Club. He hopes to start working in the emergency department in the summer after graduation. Emily Suarez Nunez. She's currently working as a patient care technician at Centera RMH and would one day like to work as an RN in the operating room. Emily serves EMU as a hall director, a student chaplain, and on the Y-Serve leadership team. Previous roles have included being a community advisor and Student Government Association senator. And Christina Suzlov. Christina enjoys broadening her horizons by taking extra classes if she can, such as history, political science, literature, and art. She's currently a nursing tutor and hopes to work in the emergency department when she graduates. And so now we can congratulate them for this momentous occasion. And you can be seated. As I was reading those, because I don't get to engage with them outside of pestering them about returning their badges and no, I'll get the schedule to you sooner or later. You notice that they don't just sit around reading textbooks. They've got responsibilities. They're already serving in leadership roles in a wide variety of and quite impressive array of activities, and I like the well-roundedness of the kinds of things they do. Before Dr. Melody Cash comes and presents the Student Leader Award, I invite Dr. Laura Yoder to come forward first. As I said, I was at the 48th biannual Sigma Convention in Indianapolis just last week. And your Pi Mu chapter was honored by receiving this 25-year award. And I was able to serve as a delegate representing you all in the voting that went on at the convention. And I was tasked with bringing the award back and now presenting it to Laura and the nursing department for 25 years of service as a whole department in keeping Pi Mu alive and vibrant. So Laura, thank you. And now Dr. Melody Cash will come and have and we'll present the Student Leader Award, and then we'll have some closing announcements before we take pictures and celebrate our 25-year birthday.
So it's my privilege to present the Student Leader Award. So each semester we invite those that are being inducted to apply for a Student Leader Award, and we ask them questions like, what is your vision for your role as a student leader with Pi Mu? What are your leadership skills? So I'm just going to read you just a tiny little excerpt from the application. This is a blind review by the awards committee. My vision for the student leader position for our Pi Mu chapter of Sigma is to grow the presence of the organization within the program. I want to involve our members in chapter and events earlier in the program and introduce early nursing cohorts to what this chapter is and how it can benefit their future careers. And in respect to leadership qualities, this individual talked about resilience and humility and feels that the best ideas come from those that we least expect it from, and that all voices should be heard and valued. So let's join me in congratulating our student leader for this fall, April Stafford. And there is a monetary award in there as well. So I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. One of the things that Pi Mu does is sponsors our Pi Mu Scholarship Day, which will be this Monday, and all of our nursing students will gather together and hear our level 3 or our final semester students present their colloquium presentations, and that is sponsored by PIMU. So that is one of the scholarship type things that we do as part of this chapter. So thank you all for coming out tonight, and again, let's give another round of applause to our inductees this evening. So if we could have them gather up front for a photograph, and then we'll have some refreshments in the back to celebrate our 25th anniversary.